Hi everyone, I'm Felicia. I'm going to be guiding you through a little yoga practice today. We're going to be primarily focusing on the low body, so if you have anything going on with knees, hips, low back, we're just going to be really mindful. Please listen to your body. If something doesn't feel good, doesn't feel right today, please know that it is optional. This is your practice. I'm just here to guide you. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started standing. If you have your yoga blocks, go ahead and set them to the front of your mat. We're going to get nice and tall, but without locking up the knees. We're going to bring one hand to your heart, one to your belly. I'm going to start by softening and closing through your eyes. As you do, just let your muscles start to grow heavy as you plant into your heels. Start to feel the length of each inhale through the crown of the head. Feel the grounding, feel the stability, feel the softness here. Start to notice your breath underneath the palms, underneath the belly, underneath the heart center. Notice the areas that inflate, the areas that may feel a little restricted. As you keep following that breath, slowly let it begin to expand by sipping in more air through each inhale. And beginning to slow down and soften through the exhales. Let's take one more deep inhale in. And as you exhale, let the arms release, blink the eyes open. Nice, you guys, let the palms stay forward. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up, half sun salutation. As you exhale, soften your knees, hinge from your hips, forward fold. As you inhale, lift up just halfway. Hands can come to your outer shins or outer knees. You can even keep the knees soft. As you exhale, fold back in. Again, inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold back in. Good, rising to stand, root into the feet. Sweep the arms around, up and overhead. And as you exhale, bring the hands to your heart. Good, back in. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Just one half lift here. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good, one more. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good, we'll add on. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend deeply into the knees, plant your fingertips or your palms, step just your left foot back. We're gonna come into your crescent lunge by softening your left knee, press into your right heel, sweep the arms up and overhead. Now let the palms face one another, really sink into that right heel so we're stable. And you can keep the bend in the left knee, that's gonna give you a little more range of motion through your pelvis. So if you feel as though the low back is collapsing or you're arching into it, soften the knee, lengthen the tailbone. Inner thighs firm, the shoulders relax away from the ears. Take an inhale in. As you exhale, come into your cactus arms, like a little goalpost. Bend deep into the left knee until it's hovering above the floor. And as you inhale, press into the right heel, sweep the arms back up. Then again, as you exhale, bend into that left knee, let it hover just right above the floor. And then inhale, sweep the arms up, feel the shoulder blades lift. One more, exhale, bend into the left knee, pause there. Press into your right heel, open through the chest. And exhale, let your knee release, let the arms come down to your mat or to your blocks. Now make sure that right knee stays over the ankle. You can even heel toe it a little bit more forward so that the left knee is behind the hip. And as we come into the low lunge, again, sink the weight into the right heel. Start to even press your left shin bone into the floor. And bring your hands to the top of your right thigh. Press your torso upright. So we're really peeling the hip bone off the thigh to get that deeper hip flex stretch. Then we'll let the arms release. Sweep them back up and overhead. As you exhale, let your palms release down, either to your blocks or to your mat. Let the left hand stay. And as you inhale, sweep your right arm up to the sky. As you come into your twist, keep pulling and hugging in the right knee so it doesn't splay out. Really reach out through those right fingertips. Option to curl the left toes, pressing that back thigh up, coming into your crescent twist. As you do, the back thigh is nice and strong, inner thighs are firming. As you exhale, plant your right palm down towards the mat. Step or slide back, high plank. Good, let the crown of your head lengthen, pull the belly in, press back through your heels. Take one more inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, take a full cycle of breath here. You can pedal it out. Move through those hamstrings. Bring it back to center. And then as you exhale, step or guide the left foot between your hands. We're gonna soften through the right knee. Press to lift up, crescent lunge. Take your time here. Soften that right knee so we get that length out of the spine. And as you exhale, bend into the right knee, cactus arms. Inhale, lift back up, sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, big lift. Good, one more. Exhale, cactus arms, pause here. Press into the left heel, find that lift. And then let the right knee release, let the palms release. As you come into that low lunge, you can heel to that left foot a little more forward. Then slowly bring the hands to the top of the left thigh. Get nice and tall. So you can always have those blocks still here if you need them. We're gonna sink in a little bit deeper, then press into the thigh. Peel the belly off the thigh bone. Release the arms, sweep up. And as you exhale, plant the palms down. This time the right hand will stay. As you inhale, left arm sweeps to the sky. Inner thighs are firm. We find the length out of one shoulder blade to the other. And then start to curl the right toes. Press the back thigh up, crescent twist. Back thigh is nice and firm now. Belly's relaxed. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, unwind. Plant both palms. Step it back, high plank. Take an inhale in. And as you exhale, press it up and back, downward facing dog. Take a full cycle of breath here. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Press into the palms, find the length of the spine. As you inhale, lift your heels up. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, and step or hop to the top of your mat. As you inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good, little standing balance. Weight's gonna go towards that left foot. Tippy toes of your right. Soften your left knee, get a little spring. Then bring the knee in, cross the ankle above the knee joint. Send the hips back. So you might know this as thread the needle. In the yoga world, it's known as one-legged chair. So the weight is towards that left heel, the toes are soft, and we're really hinging from the hips. We're letting the belly slowly drop down to the thighs. Hands can stay here on your thigh bones, or they can reach down to the floor. We wanna let that right knee just start to descend down towards the earth. So we're opening up through the hip. Good, pulling the chest through. The shoulders are still away from the ears. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, hands back to the heart. Slowly begin to rise back up. As you do, bring the right knee back into the chest. Keep the ankle flexed. Press the heels straight forward. Doesn't matter how high the leg gets, as long as your hip bones are nice and even, the right hip isn't pulling up. With the ankle flexed, 8 little pulses up. For 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee back in, hold it there. Take your peace fingers, point your middle and thumb, wrap them around your big toe of the right foot. As you do, the knee is out wide. We're gonna lift your chest back up, and we might stay right here. This might be perfect for the balance. Otherwise, we're gonna extend the right leg forward. If your leg is not completely straight, do not worry. It's a lot on the hamstrings, and if you feel it behind your knee, we're actually gonna keep a little micro bend. We wanna keep those knee joints safe. As you do, find a little lift of the heart. Maybe the leg goes out wide. Good, find a steady gazing point. Slowly come back to center. Bend the knee in, and release it down. I'm gonna give it a little shake out, especially with that left foot. So let's come back to center, half sun. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, rise to stand, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good, second side. Weight is gonna go towards that right foot, tippy toes of your left. Bring the knee in, flex the ankle, cross it over that right knee joint, and send your hips back. Take your time here. Let that left knee start to drop down towards the earth, and maybe the belly starts to rest on the thighs. Maybe the fingertips come down towards the floor. Good, the shoulders are softening away. All 5 toes of that left foot are soft. Right foot, your left foot. And then when you're ready, start to bring the hands back to the heart. Slowly rise back up. Bring that left knee back in. And as you do, steady gaze. Flex the ankle, press the heel straight forward. Hips are level. 8 little pulses for 8. 6. 4. 3. 2, 1. I added an extra one on the opposite side, so we had to add it on this side. So bring the knee in. So if you're like, you were counting wrong, I was. Point your middle thumb, wrap it around that big toe, and then lift the chest up. Good, really plant into the right heel, find that lift. We can stay here. Otherwise, press that left heel forward. Straighten through the leg. The name of this pose is hand to big toe, very literal. Good, as we find a lift, take the leg out to the side, get the inner thigh. Still press out through the heel. Back to center. Bring the knee back in. Release the foot and shake it out. Good, nice you guys. Come back to center, mountain pose, feet are hip distance. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, high plank. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, knees up or knees down. Bend the elbows back. Lower onto the belly, chest, belly, thighs land at the same time. Untuck the toes, draw the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the chest and head, low cobra. As you exhale, release back down. Inhale, lift the chest and head, shoulders draw back, low cobra. Exhale to release. A little change here. Let the left arm reach back behind towards the hip. Bend in to that knee. Grab the top of the foot. Let the left arm sweep forward. Press into your left foot until the knee begins to lift. Lift the chest and head as you press into your left pinky, and then press that right foot into your hand. Find that little stretch again towards the hip flexor, but really press your pubic bone down so that we're lengthening out of the low back, we're not crunching into it. One more deep inhale. And exhale, release. Let the arms come to your side, rest your cheek to your mat, and little wiggles through the hips. Then we're gonna bring that forehead back to center. Left knee bends, we grab that foot into your hand. Keep the right hand either to the side, or you can reach it forward. Right foot presses, the kneecap begins to lift, and we lift the chest and the head as you press into that right pinky. Left foot presses into the hand, we lift up through the thigh. Maybe the knee lifts, so if it doesn't, if you're like, oh, this is enough here, we stay there. And again, press the pubic bone down, feel the belly firm here. Take 2 more breaths. One more inhale. And as you exhale, release the foot, rest the arms opposite cheek to your mat. Little wiggles through the hips. And let's bring your forehead back to center. Slide your hands towards those low ribs. Curl the toes, tabletop or plank. Inhale, lift straight up. Exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, lift up high onto your toes. Bend into your knees. Step or hop to the top of your mat. As you get there, rise up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Nice, let's release the hands. You can turn so that you're facing the long edge of your mat. I'm already there, but I'm gonna be facing you. We're gonna take those feet out nice and wide. So if you take your arms out to a T, maybe the ankles are just about underneath the wrists. If that feels too wide, you can always narrow your stance. We'll bring your hands back to your hip bones. We're gonna slightly turn the toes out so we're in that second position, sumo squat. Take an inhale in. As you exhale, bend into the knees. Let the knees track in the same line as the middle toes, so you can always adjust your stance if needed. The tailbone is long, so we're not in a back bend. We're not sticking the booty out. Booty's lengthening down. Hip bones lift. Shoulders are stacked over the hip bones. Weight is towards the heels. All 10 toes are soft. You should be able to lift them up, give them a little wiggle, and then rest them back down. So this is called goddess pose. As we find it, feel the stretch of the inner thighs. Also feel the press of the heels. So we're strengthening and opening. We'll sweep the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, let the arms release down. We're gonna take that left arm underneath the right, elbows stack, we bend. Backs of hands, palm to palm. If you're like, what is happening with my arms? We wrap it around like a little hug. This is gonna help open through the upper spine. As we're warming up through the legs, gently press the elbows forward. Feel the shoulder blades protract across the upper back or round across the upper back. And as you exhale, bring the elbows towards the navel, round the spine like an angry kitty. As you inhale, start to lift up through the chest. Maybe the elbows rise to the sky. Now we're in that back bend. And as you exhale, through center, round the spine. Inhale, lift the heart. Maybe the elbows rise. Good, one more. Exhale, bend in. As you inhale, lift it up. The elbows can rise. This time as you exhale, back to neutral, back to center. Let the arms release, sweep up. As you exhale, press into the heels, straighten the legs, let the arms release. Give it a little shake out. Nice, you guys. All right, we're gonna keep the feet wide. We're gonna plant the weight towards the left heel, coming into our side lunge. Hands can be to the heart. We're gonna bend into that right knee. It's okay if your left toes begin to lift. We're gonna focus on really keeping your right heel down though, so if it's lifting up, come out of the stretch a little bit, but see if you can sink all the way down. Yeah, if you're like, whew, no, then we go where it feels good. Your fingertips can be in front of you. They can be on your blocks if you're a little higher. You can even have a rolled blanket underneath that right heel if it's lifting. We're gonna lift up through the chest when you're ready. Hands can come to the heart, and we really start to press down through that left heel. So if we're right here, same thing. If we're right here, same thing. Good. Find the breath, and then let your chest stay low. Bring the weight over towards the left heel. Shift the weight, and now those right toes can lift. So now we're in our side lunge on your second side. Again, your fingertips can be forward if you need for added stability on blocks, whatever feels good here. Make sure that you have that breath, because if we lose it, the stretch is too far. Nice. Let's slowly bring the fingertips back down. Come back to center. Both feet are down. Bend into your knees. Bring your hands to your hips and upright your torso. Whew. Nice, you guys. Let's heel toe back to center. Give it a little shake out. Let's come back to the old front of your mat. Take your arms to the sides and sweep them up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, palms release, step back, high plank. As you get there, take an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, sweep the right leg towards the sky. As you exhale, step your right foot to your outer right hand. So now both palms are towards the center. We're in our lizard lunge. We're gonna let your left knee again release down. I'm gonna grab blocks for underneath my shoulders. That's just gonna give me a little lift of my chest away from the floor. So I'm not rounding through the shoulder blades. I have a little more space to lengthen out of the low back. Good. I'm gonna slightly turn my right toes outward, but the knee and the toes are still pointing in the same line. As you sink into that right heel, you're gonna feel that left hip flexor again, maybe a little micro bend to the elbows. As you inhale, start to straighten through your right leg. Come to the heel, lift the toes, flex the ankles. So we're in a variation of our half split. Good, finding the breath, keep pulling the chest through, and then do little windshield wipers with the right toes. So the toe and the knee are gonna go along for the ride. This is happening from the head of the femur in the hip socket. So we're externally rotating as the toe and the knee turn outward, back to center, toe and knee turn inward, internal rotation. back to center, and side to side. So you're gonna notice that your body usually favors when the toes turn out. If your body favors when you're internally rotating, that's awesome. It means you have really healthy hips. You have a nice little rotation in both directions. Let's go for 3, 2, and last little windshield wiper here. Nice, as you get there, keep the ankle flexed, take an inhale, and then bend into that right knee. If you have those blocks there, go ahead and release. We're gonna plant your palms down. Pull the chest through, and this time, if it feels okay on the knee joint, we're gonna roll to the outer right foot. So as the knee comes open, we're stretching a little more into that hip. If this is too much, we plant that right foot all the way back down. Then option to curl the left toes. We're not gonna pick the thigh up or the knee up, but we're gonna bend the knee. And then again, if we feel good here, we stay here. Otherwise, we take the right arm, we sweep forward. We reach it up and over towards that back foot. You can grab the foot, the heel. If you have a yoga strap or a towel, you can use that too. Or opening through the chest, we're in a little twist of the spine. Good, if you lose the breath here, then we come out of it. Take one more inhale. And then nice and slow, release the left foot. Untwist, plant the right palm. Roll onto the right foot. Once it's planted, then curl the left toes, press the back thigh up. Left foot slides up and back. Bend the right knee, open up through the hip. As you do, keep planting just as evenly into both palms, so especially that right palm, keep straightening out through the left arm. As you inhale, re-square your pelvis, press back through the right heel. Let your foot release. And as you inhale, left leg sweeps up. As you exhale, step that left foot to your outer left hand. Come back into your lizard lunge. Right knee releases. I'm gonna grab the blocks. Underneath the shoulder, press the chest forward, pull the belly in, and then nice and slow, stretch to straighten through that left leg. So as we come into that half split variation, we're gonna flex the ankle. The toes are peeling back. We're nice and firm through the thigh. We can stay here, or we're gonna move through that hip. So a little of that windshield wipering side to side. So let the left toes, the left knee open. Then left toes, left knee, turn inward, internal rotation. Then we rotate outward and back in. Just take a few more cycles here. The slower that you move, the more you're gonna work through that hip socket. So increasing a little bit of the synovial fluid that actually helps to lubricate the joints. Let's go for 3, 2, last one. Bring it back to neutral, the toes are pointing straight up. Bend into the knee, plant the foot. I'm gonna move the blocks, plant your palms. Coming back into that lizard lunge, start to peel the chest forward again. Maybe we roll to the outer left pinky, letting the knee drop open as you press actively into the outer edge of the foot. So this might be perfect. If you feel any knee pressure, we're gonna come bring that foot right back down. But if you wanna go deeper, we're gonna curl the right toes. Right hand stays, left arm sweeps forward, all the way up, little half rainbow. We bend the knee and we reach for the foot or the heel. And the shoulder's still softening down so it's not creeping up. Find space around the neck. Really plant into that right palm. Keep the right shoulder strong. Take one more inhale. And then slowly release the back foot. Let the left palm come back down. Plant the left foot down. Curl the right toes, press the back thigh up, and then slide it up and back, three-legged dog. As you get there, bend your knee. Open up through the hips. So we're stacking left on top of right. We're closing the chest down towards the floor. So it's not opening with us. That left shoulder head, left armpit is closing towards the floor. Right arm keeps pressing nice and strong. Now as you inhale, re-square the pelvis, press out through the left heel, and let the foot release down. Inhale, shift it forward, high plank. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, shift it forward, high plank. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, shift it forward. One more time. High plank, pause there. Good, press back through the heels. You can always release the knees down too. Good, pull the belly in, press the ground away from you. Lift up through the shoulder blades. And as you exhale, press it up and back, downward facing dog. Let the knees settle down. Take your knees as wide as your mat, and then send your hips back, coming into your child's pose. We're gonna keep the arms straight for this one, so if the elbows started to release, walk the fingertips forward until the forearms, the elbows lift. Take the hands as wide as your mat, and let your forehead rest down. So we're in extended child's pose. As you do, press the palms into the floor, wrap the triceps, the outer arms down. So we're broadening across the upper spine. Take deep breaths into the belly. And as you exhale, pull the belly button in, lengthen the tailbone. And again, inhale deeply. And exhale, release it out. As you inhale, rise back into that tabletop. Bring the knees back to hip distance. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. We're gonna come into another little hip opener. It's called cow face pose. I always want to call it eagle. It's not eagle. Cow face pose. Kind of an interesting name. So to get into it, we're going to start in tabletop. I'm going to give lots of options because it can be pretty intense on the hips and the knees. We're going to walk your thighs and feet all the way together. We're going to take your right leg. We're going to cross it over the left. So almost like you're sitting in a chair, knee over knee. We're going to take those heels out to right and left, so as wide as your mat if you can, and that's going to create space for your sit bones. We're going to walk your fingertips towards your body until the booty plants down. If you're like, oh my God, no, we take your blocks, we take blankets, we take props underneath to sit on. This is what it looks like from the front. If you're still uncomfortable with the knees, I'm going to give two options. You can either come into your double pigeon, which is the heels right on the knees. If you're still not feeling this, just cross leg. Cross leg's good too. So finding what feels good here and making sure both sides of the sit bones are resting. So one side isn't hiking up, everything is level. We'll sit up tall, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, bend into the right elbow. Reach for the shoulder blade or the spine. Take the left hand on top. Guide the elbow up, hug the front ribs in, and then let that arm come out. Internally rotate, the thumb turns down. Bend at the elbow, reach for opposite fingertips. Close the ribs, so if they're flaring, bring them back into the spine and sit up nice and tall. Let that left shoulder head, if it's drawing forward, if it's rounding, gently peel back. And I like to actually use my left hand on the middle of my back to kind of work that action, a little bit of leverage. Take a few deep breaths here. Two more cycles. Good, last one. Exhale, release the bottom arm first, followed by the top. Give a little roll of those shoulders. All right, to come out, a little rock and roll, a little shifting. We're gonna shift the weight forward. As you get there, uncross your right leg. So now we're back to that still tabletop. We're gonna take 2 rounds of cat-cow to release. So as you inhale, peel the chest, tailbone lifts. Exhale, round. Inhale, peel the chest, belly's gently firm. Exhale, round. Inhale, come back to neutral, second side, thighs and feet together. Left knee crosses over the right. Separate the heels as wide as you can, and then slowly walk the fingertips towards your body until the sit bones release, either to your prop, to the mat, or to the floor. So if you forgot your options before, you can take double pigeon, just heels over the knees, or it's called Sukhasana, easy seat, also known as cross-legged. As you get there, sit up tall, sweep the arms up. This time we're gonna bend that left elbow, reach for the shoulder blade or the spine, right hand on top, lift up tall. We can stay as is, otherwise right arm out to the side, internally rotate. Bend the elbow, reach for the opposite fingertips, and then again, lift the chest. Let the right shoulder head soften back, broaden across the collarbones, and find your breath here. Good, close the ribs. Maybe you close the eyes. We're working through two spots that tend to be tight on our body, our shoulders and our hips. So if you're feeling a little discomfort, know that you're not alone. Good, just 2 more breaths here. Nice, 1 more deep inhale. As you exhale, bottom arm releases first, followed by the top. A little rock and roll to shift forwards. As you get there, uncross the left leg, come back to tabletop, 2 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, scoop round. Inhale, come into your cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, back to neutral. Walk the hands of palms length forward of the shoulders. Curl the toes and press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Give a little pedaling of the feet. Start to bend the knees. Walk the hands to meet the feet towards the back of your mat. As you get there, keep your knees soft. Let your head and neck hang heavy. And slowly begin to re-stack your spine as you press into the heels. As you get there, let the crown of your head rise up last. Roll your shoulders a few times up and back. Nice, you guys. Let the arms rest. Again, flip the palms forward. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up. And as you exhale, release. Good, 1 more deep inhale. Maybe the palms touch, seal your practice, and exhale it to your heart. Soften the chin towards the chest. Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice. I hope that your hips are feeling a little bit more easeful. Maybe we've been sitting during our homestay, so hope you got a little looser. Okay, have a great